Vishnu, respectfully, I didn't interrupt anyone, so I,
No,
would not
go
like
ahead,
to be
please.
interrupted. See, leaving politics apart, a foreign social media company is able to sue a government in an Indian court is a very, fact that our democracy is fully functioning. It's a celebration of democracy, and they have not complied with the government order, still survived in this country for 1.5 years. Itself is a reflection that we have enough judicial mechanisms available for all countries, including Indian and foreign companies.
Okay.
Now, there are two fundamental issues here. One is that Government of India thinks that the laws passed by the Indian Parliament and the government notifications or the lawful process which is designed or the institutional mechanism, they are the people who will decide what is legal, what is wrong, what is a national security issue, and what content has to be restricted or blocked. If any private operator or intermediary or a company has a problem with that, they have a recourse available to move to a court. Now, in the case of Twitter, it's a very contradictory situation. Twitter says that these government orders are foul of Indian law, they are unconstitutional. So Twitter is refusing to comply. At the same time, Twitter does not want to go to court. For 1.5 years, they didn't comply with the lawful orders of Indian government, and they did not go to court. Now, second, there are multiple statements by the Twitter spokesman, including in the parliamentary committee, in the multi-party parliamentary committee, that we follow our policies, and if there is a lawful order of Indian government which is not, in consonance to our policy, we will not comply with it. So they are telling you a message that our policy is superior to your, sovereign laws.
No,
our
in fact,
institutional setups or a Jack Dorsey will act as a
Mr.
viceroy,
Jain, that's
and
not
his
what they're
decision will
saying.
be the final. And
That's not what they're saying, sir. In fact, the values that you are talking about.
Now, the third issue, whether
The values, half a second, the values
No,
that you're
it
talking
is
about,
it is
and
about-
you're arguing that is Twitter greater than the constitution or the laws of India. In fact, in many cases, it's the same. And Twitter says that the government of India is not following their own ideals. For example, they are saying, and I quote from some of this information which is sources close to the writ, as the nature of some of the content could be merely political speech, criticism and newsworthy content of these blocking orders do not pass the test of
Vishnu,
grounds provided
Vishnu,
under
Can I please
section
comment?
69A.
Vishnu,
Several blocking orders that were
Vishnu,
issued to
you
Twitter.
have covered
One sec, half a
defense
second, sir. Cite the grounds of section 69A,
No,
but
just
fail
30
to
seconds, just
demonstrate.
15 seconds, Vishnu.
Fail to.
Vishnu,
I'll
just
come back to
15
you.
seconds.
I'll come to you next. But fail to demonstrate how the content falls within those grounds. These are our values.
only 12 seconds, Vishnu.
Go ahead.
Vishnu, only 12 seconds.
Please,
only 12 seconds.
please.
You have covered defense for more than 2 decades. You very well know how the propaganda and political poisoning of ISPR works. Now, there may be certain accounts which are acting and projecting or impersonating as Indian political accounts, accounts of Indian citizens. They are posting political content. When a government figures out this is a coordinated disinformation campaign being run by ISPR, and government wants to block that, Twitter wants to be a judge to decide whether that content is political or not, whether it is of an actual
No, but they've
citizen or
spoken about
ISPR account. They do not want to do KYC.
No, I'm
So
not
Twitter
saying,
has the problem.
I'm
Please
not
go to
saying
court.
blanket. It's wrong to block. It has to be done.
But
for
Twitter
legal
cannot
issues,
decide.
for security
Vishnu,
issues.
Twitter cannot decide.
Why can't Twitter decide that a political party's content
No,
needs to
Twitter-
stay and it cannot be removed?
Can I please come in?
If they truly believe that it is a political censorship which is going on, they would have moved to High Court or Supreme Court.
But they
a year
moved the
ago.
High Court.
What was stopping them? Nothing.
They moved the High Court. Ashutosh, come in over here.
After 1.5 years.
Yeah,
After
because
1.5
they didn't
years.
want to take out the
It
government.
is like a fugitive running from the law and
That
approaching
they
a
have
court
a
1.5
huge,
years
they have a
later.
huge market over here. They run a business. They didn't want to. Now they have no choice. I mean,
Vishnu,
Ashutosh, go ahead.
That is why they run a business. They run a business, not a charitable shop, Vishnu.
Exactly, they run a business, which is why they never complained in the past. Now they have no choice.
Jiten. I think what the argument has been.
Come on. They arrested people on the complaint of
Can I
Mr. Karthi
speak, my dear
Chidambaram.
friend, Mr. Jiten? Can I speak?
Go ahead, Ashutosh.
Yeah. See, Twitter cannot decide what should go on their platform, but government can decide what should go on the platform. That's the hypocrisy of this whole argument. See, in this country, there are 2 kinds of laws. One law, which is for the Nupur Sharma, another. But there's one law for the Yati Narsinganan, and there's another law for Munawar Farooqi. Munawar Farooqi will be in jail for more than a month for the simple reason because he will say something which might affect the social harmony. But Yati Narsinganan will not go to the jail, and while advocating for the genocide of the Muslims, government will not act, but only will be put behind the bar when the Supreme Court intervenes. And once he's out, then again he makes the same
No, but your
statement.
point being.
But the government, I'm saying the same argument is said here. It is
Okay.
not about the government is scared. I do not agree with a fellow panelist. It's about muzzling the voice of free speech in this country. They want Twitter to behave like Facebook, and I'm saying it again. They want Twitter to behave like Facebook, which has surrendered like anything. So the Facebook listens to the government like anybody listens. That government wants Twitter to behave like the cabinet ministers who do not utter a word, who do not contradict their own prime minister.
Oh, really?
who do not
Ashutosh,
intervene
do you
anything.
support Twitter blocking the account of Mr.
Then
Trump?
I'm-
Now, come on,
Mr.
let's call spade a spade. Do you
Then-
support?
then-
Do you
then I will
support
expect
Twitter
you
in
to
blocking
shut
the
up.
account of Mr. Trump? Is
Then
that
I will
political
expect-
censorship?
I did not
Is that
discuss
political
you
censorship?
shut up.
You think Twitter
You
calling for the
shut up.
genocide
I
of the
did
streets
not
of Delhi and killing of the Indian
Then
Prime Minister
I
is
did
okay
not
with you?
disturb you. You better keep your mouth shut. I did not disturb you. Keep your mouth shut. I don't entertain such people.
No, you are talking all crap. You are talking Western
I'm
preachment. You
talking
tell me,
what you have-
if somebody is calling for the genocide on the streets
I
of Delhi, that is okay with you.
have-
If somebody is calling for the genocide of Muslims, that is not okay. ये हिपोक्रेसी कहाँ से आ गई? ये हिपोक्रेसी कहाँ से आ गई?
जितेन,
Hypocrisy
जितेन
कहाँ से
शांत।
बताइए ना? Do you agree that when Twitter says that they cannot block a hashtag calling for a genocide on the streets of Delhi?
behave like a
Do you agree
gentleman.
with it?